summer. BIGL comes here to play.
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, live from Clacton Pier, Essex, England, on 1143 kilohertz, 266 meters, and on the internet at www.bigl.co.uk. This is the sound of wonderful Radio London in summer 2000.
Go, go, go. Radio London, and the beat goes on and on and on and on.
Hi there, you there? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Wombat Wireless Show from now until 3. Have fun with me. And here we are with all the tunes that you know and like from way out of the past from the 60s. Hey, thanks to Ray Anderson for the last 3 hours. Whoopee, he'll be back indeed tomorrow. Sunny and warm, he says, and it certainly is. Ian Damon here, as I say, right through until 3 o'clock. And I tell you what, I'm glad all over. Are you? Always remember dancing to that one in a ballroom in London at Tottenham Court Road with the wife. And we were stomping around, glad all over. Great, and glad to be here too. The Dave Clark 5 heading us off for this hour, the first hour on the Ian Damon Wireless Programme. From now till 3, you're going to have fun with me. Okay, we move on musically now to one from the Association, and here they are now for you. The Association, and associated with Big L all those years ago from the US of A, and sweet as a bunch, they certainly were too. I hope you enjoyed that one this afternoon. 10 minutes after 12 o'clock our time here. Got a gooseneck mic this week. This is different to last week. Just reminds me of the old AKG in the studio at Radio London out in the Galaxy in 1967 where I was. Yeah, so that reminds me of home, if you see what I mean. Only we're on the Clacton Pier, which is entirely different, believe you me. Okay, Ian Damon with you through till 3 this afternoon, and after these wise words we'll have a super tune from the Tamla Motown stable. Right, coming on. Thank you.
Radio London, miles of music.
Back to 67 for Diana Ross and those Super Supremes here on the Big L. Tamla Motown sound for you here this afternoon on the Big L. It's 12:15 right now. 12:15, that is our time, and we're here through till 3. I'm Ian Damon, and very good afternoon if you've just joined us, also on the wide web. Now, there's a few people I've got to have a say hello to on the programme who are listening, I know, on the web out in Essex and also in Sussex and Hampshire as well, and those cheerios and hellos will come very shortly. Meantime, it's time for a little bit of, yum, sandwich, please. Thank you, I hope.
Big L time is 12:20.
Thank you, Ray. Yes, welcome to the Sandwich Hour, certainly from the Flying Sandwich Company in Clacton. And we're a couple of minutes early, but it's time to munch for your lunch. And if you haven't already had a sandwich, time to go out and get one from the Flying Sandwich Company. They'll deliver too. We'll tell you more about that in the next hour.
Much more BIGL music.
These are the Critters from 1967 and a Younger Girl. As they fade out in the background, the Younger Girl there from the Critters here on Radio London, 19 minutes past 12 o'clock. Now, about half an hour ago, before I came on I was going to say on board. We get so used to saying things like going on board and all that sort of thing when Big L was a ship 33 years ago on the Galaxy. However, we're at the end of Clacton Pier, and tell you what, we have half an hour ago, as I was saying, there's an interview that I actually recorded, or a little piece that I had recorded by Tony Brandon about a week or so ago in Hazelmere at the Delta Radio Studio, Delta FM in Hazelmere, where Tone now resides. And so I thought, right, what I'm going to do now, I must play a Tony Brandon record. Yes, he actually did make records. One or two. And here's one of them right now. It was an old Russ Morgan hit from the 40s that Tony revived in 1968. See what you think and what you feel about this particular song now. And here he is.
Kisses mean more
And the old fade coming out there, tone too. Roger Easterby and Des Chapp did the great arrangements there for MGM. Mighty good music too for a 45 that came out back in 1968 on the 19th day in the month of April that particular year too. And Russ Morgan actually wrote it too and had the hit of it in the 40s. And it's called Candy Kisses. That was Tony Brandon, the old bird brain himself, former Big L Radio London jock. Now in retirement in the town of Hazelmere in Surrey, and I see him every so often because he does commercials for me, you see.
Big L.
The station with the happy difference.
And you're on the Flying Sandwich Hour here on the Big L with Ian Damon through until 3 today. Big L time now, 12:30.
Radio London is brought to you by Wilkin & Sons. Tiptree Preserves for that extra special taste this summer.
It's the glorious 12th, at least in Northern Ireland, as Protestants march to remember the 17th century Battle of the Boyne. Bomb alerts are coming in, and railway lines throughout the 6 counties are closed. In East Anglia, 10,000 pigs are to die to stop the first case of swine fever in England for 14 years. In India, millions are homeless in rising floods, and the football season opens in England today. Big L World News, dateline Saturday the 12th of August to 12:30.
On the half hour, Radio London News tells you more, says it better.
Canal rape charge. An 18-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy, and together with 4 others, have been charged with the gang raping and robbing of a 37-year-old woman on a towpath of a London canal 2 weeks ago. Russia to the rescue. The 2 UK policemen held in Belgrade may be helped by Russian diplomacy. They have appealed to President Milosevic to intervene and set the men free, together with 2 Dutchmen captured at the same time. Memorial service. Murdered youngster Sarah Payne will be remembered in a service to be held today at 2 p.m. in Guildford Cathedral. Thousands are expected to attend, along with many of the police involved in the hunt for the killer. All their support as well to Sarah's parents. Criminal kids. 15 and 17-year-old locked up boys and girls stuck in Britain's prisons are desperate. Suicides are rising alarmingly, with thousands of young crims living 3 and 4 to a cell designed for just 2. Prison officers are telling the government to do something or we quit. A governor has already left in protest at the Victorian hellholes. Meanwhile, magistrates are under pressure to lock up more and more criminal youngsters who make life hell for their victims. And this year, football hooligans will be targeted as never before. Rapist on the run. The Bristol rapist Trevor Masters, who fled from court while waiting for a jury's verdict, has been spotted driving through the Channel Tunnel in his battered old Land Rover. Noon stopped him and is now thought to be working out ways to get to Spain and also to Tenerife. Own goal or what? The Disney Corporation has been found guilty of stealing ideas for a sports theme park. 2 guys with a bright idea went to the Mickey Mouse men for help to exploit their idea. Disney rubbished it and then opened their own version. The cartoon company bosses stopped laughing when a judge ordered them to pay the men $240 million in compensation. Nurse-nicking. A new competitive sport has been invented in Buckinghamshire. The players are teams from Stoke Mandeville and High Wycombe hospitals. The rules are simple. The one who steals the most nurses from the other is the winner. High Wycombe Hospital is in the lead, having played their joker. They pay an extra £60 a week. Neighbours from hell. These days, of those awful hedges known as Leilandi, the court that cut out light and life for people living next door to them are numbered. Courts will order owners to chop them to a maximum of 6 feet or even destroy them. But the Triffid terrors can grow 5 foot in a year, and some of them tower for hundreds of feet. And the Big L weather. Sunny and warm for this start day of the Clacton Carnival week, with a refreshing breeze off the sea. Highs in the upper 80s are recorded here this afternoon. In contrast, tonight temperatures will drop sharply. The weatherwoman says not so bright tomorrow, but still dry and hot. Monday could be damp. Next news on Radio London at 1:30. This is Paul Graham reporting.